Welcome to the special edition of Hannity. We are live in the Central Valley in California. This is some of the most fertile farmland in the entire country. Ladies and gentlemen, this has become a dust bowl.
Turning this water off is not just bad politics, it's an act of domestic terror.
Just a short time ago, fishing regulators in Seattle voted to completely shut down California's salmon season. This follows a surprise decline of the salmon on the Sacramento River.
This is what this comes down to. No water for the farmers because of this fish. Is that what it is? This fish here?
But this is the second straight season of no local salmon fishing due to declining numbers. Today, the National Marine Fisheries Service presented a new plan that might give salmon more water in rivers and streams. It gives them and the fishing industry a fighting chance.
The environmentalist groups, the people that are trying to steal the water from everybody, but the growers need this water as well.
Full run of Sacramento fish has collapsed. They've gone from 800,000 fish going up the Sacramento River to last year less than 40,000 fish going up the Sacramento River. That's a collapse of 95%.
And one thing they say about water in California, water follows money.
So you can buy water from the federal government for $70 an acre foot, and you can sell it for $350, $400 an acre foot to anyone who's willing to pay that price. Water has become the new cash crop.
And it's following the money right down to the Central Valley. Some of this water needs to follow the salmon.
When I'm fishing, I feel like I'm doing something productive. I'm supplying a product that people enjoy and like, and I'm sustaining myself and my family. I hear the question all the time, when am I going to go get a real job? And I've only been doing this for about 35 years.
I tell my kids the reason I'm not fishing is because there's just not enough water to sustain the salmon. They don't see any salmon in the store display case, but they see a lot of vegetables. They can't understand why there's plenty of one and none of the other.
Now remember, we live next door to the ocean, but we also live on the edge of a desert. Los Angeles is a desert community.
Now, if you would have told me that that water would have stopped, I would have believed maybe Al-Qaeda struck, not the federal government.
You see all these boats here that they just got beyond trying to keep them up and repair them because it didn't seem to like there was going to be any need for them, and that proved to be so. I should have quit 20 years ago.
Without the fishing, it's going to kill us. It's just going to be rough. It's just going to be a lot rougher.
The government says, salmon fishermen, you can't fish for salmon. The government also says, keep the pump shut off so the people in the San Joaquin Valley don't have any water and can't grow any crops to provide Americans food.
After a second devastating cancellation of the salmon fishing season, today federal fisheries regulators released a new plan to try and protect Chinook salmon.
In the case of water in California is there are limits to growth. We only have so much water. There is not going to be more water constantly available for subdivision development, for irrigating additional acreage. Eventually, all the water in the state could go to those purposes, and the people who are doing those things would demand more.
California farmers are in trouble because we're facing a water crisis. Our water's been cut, and it's going to be cut again. Food grows where water flows. It's as simple as that.
Maybe you need to rotate some crops. Maybe you need to use crops that don't need as much water as we have been supplying.
But there is a great deal of fresh water that could go both to the environment and to the cities, but it's going for extremely wasteful crops and also poisonous soils that should be taken out of production.
But we got to stop, choosing the smelt and the salmon over the people and over farming.
You just kind of assume that that food's going to be there.
The growers are worried because the decision to provide water to save salmon that breed in the Delta and killer whales that feed on them at sea could cut more than 300,000 acre-feet of water out of valley irrigation supplies. Growers say any effort to save fish need to take their concerns into account, and they're going back to court to fight it.
Or to put that in layman's terms, the government should stop meddling in the business of the farmers who would actually still be living in a desert if not for government meddling. History! History! History hurts my brain.
We intend to file another lawsuit, 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 to file another lawsuit.
We need salmon water now.